We're doing something completely new today. We're looking into Universal Orlando's best hotels so you know where to stay to get the greatest Universal benefits during your 2025 visit. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Pack your bags, friends. We're going to Universal Orlando in 2025 with 2, soon to be 3 theme parks, a water park, and a City Walk shopping district to check out. It might behoove you to pitch your tent in the center of the Universal action. All the hotels that we're featuring today will help make that happen while also making sure they fit exactly what you're looking for. But before we dive into all that, let me just give you a quick breakdown for how Universal organizes their hotels. Much like Disney World has categories like value, moderate, and deluxe resorts to help you browse their hotels by price point, Universal Orlando has a similar setup. There's value, the most affordable category. There's prime value, still affordable, but features a few more upgraded amenities. There's preferred, the middle/moderate hotel category that has even more amenities like 24-hour room service and valet parking, just to name a couple. And then there are premier hotels, which is Universal's deluxe level category that's going to be your priciest option, but also offers the most amenities and theme park benefits. Okay, so best proximity to the theme parks. The good news about Universal's limited list of hotels is that the ones currently available are going to put you really close to all the theme park action. Even the value and prime value hotels have walking paths and bus transportation to make sure you never have to worry about driving or taking a rideshare if you don't want to. You still can, of course, but the hotels do try to help out if you'd rather not worry about navigating the parking garages and extra Uber fees. That being said, Uni's premier and preferred hotels, which include Loews Royal Pacific, Loews Portofino Bay, Hard Rock Hotel, and Loews Sapphire Falls, are going to put you the closest to the theme parks. Hard Rock and Royal Pacific are about a 9 to 11 minute stroll up to either of the park's front gates, while Portofino is probably going to be a 15-minute walk. And Sapphire Falls, Universal's sole preferred hotel, is going to be about a 10 to 12 minute walk up to the parks. Along with a walking path and bus transportation, these premier and preferred hotels also have water taxis you can take, which isn't just convenient, but also pretty picturesque. The water taxis will drop you off over at Universal City Walk, right across from NBC Sports Grill and Brew in City Walk, which is a nice even distance between both parks. But what about the brand new hotels coming to Epic Universe? Are those still going to put you within walking distance to the parks? Yes and no. First, let's talk about these new hotels real quick. Along with the opening of Epic Universe, that's Universal's third park, they're building 2 prime value hotels, Stella Nova and Terra Luna, and 1 new premier hotel, Helios Grand. Stella Nova is set to open January 21st, Terra Luna on March 25th, and Helios Grand will open alongside Epic Universe on May 22nd. Now here's the interesting thing about the location of Epic Universe and its 3 new hotels in the making. The new section is actually closer to Disney World than it is the rest of the Universal property, so walking over to Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure from these locations is probably out of the question, unless you're into 90+ minute strolls around Orlando traffic. Fortunately, these 3 hotels will also have a shuttle service for guests to use, so you're not going to be isolated to the Epic Universe bubble if you're wanting to venture out and see the other parks during your visit. Kind of like how you've got Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. You're not going to walk between those 2, you're going to take a bus, and that's going to be the new situation for Universal's third park gate. You're going to be taking buses back and forth between those parks and those hotels. And once Epic Universe opens, Helios Grand Hotel will literally be the closest hotel to the new park. It'll have a dedicated entrance from the hotel leading you directly into Celestial Park, aka the cosmic hub of Epic Universe. Now, if I'm not careful, I'm going to find myself slipping into how incredibly excited I am for Epic Universe to open and derailing the rest of this hotel video, but I am chill and I can pull myself together for now. In the meantime, the DFB team and I have put together an ultimate Epic Universe free guide for you if you're wanting a detailed look at all the immersive lands and features that we have to look forward to seeing inside this new park in just a few months. To pick up this digital companion, go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or head to disneyfoodblog.com/epic after this. Reminder, this is a totally free guide. Just a ton of information for you to help you make some decisions. Okay, let's play a little game. I'm going to show you a price for a select value and prime value Universal hotel room, and you'll have to guess if the actual starting price is higher or lower than the price listed. To help you out, all the starting prices for these hotels will be for a hypothetical family of 2 adults, 2 kids, planning a 2025 stay from March 3rd to March 7th. Ready? Let's start with Universal's Endless Summer Resort. Now, there are two sides of Endless Summer, the Surfside building and the Dockside building, but both tend to stay around the same average price. So let's see here. How about we look at a standard 2-queen bedroom complete with a separate bath and vanity area. Starting price, $200 per night. What do you think, higher or lower? Pause the video if you need more time to mull things over. The price for a standard room over at Endless Summer is actually higher. It's around $218 per night. This might shock you because a Value All-Star room on Disney World property around the same time in 2025 costs less at $194 per night. But it's always worth looking into Universal's ticket deals and specials page to see if you can save even more money on your upcoming stay. All right, Endless Summer's got a few value suites for us to check out too. So let's look at the price point for a 2-bedroom suite that sleeps up to 6 guests with a pool view. Since a value family suite at All-Star Music starts at $444 per night around that same time, let's go with that. Do you think the starting price for a value suite at Endless Summer is going to be higher or lower than $444? The answer? Lower. Much, much lower. The actual starting price is $288 per night. So literally you're going to be paying just a little bit more from Endless Summer's standard room for twice the space, 2 separate bedrooms, a dining area, and a kitchenette. The downside, there's still only 1 bathroom in this Endless Summer suite, so Disney definitely still has the upper hand on their family suites. They've got 2 separate bathrooms for added convenience. Okay, let's give Endless Summer a little break now. Let's say we went to a prime value resort like Cabana Bay instead and booked a 2-bedroom suite that also had 2 bathrooms and a really awesome view of Volcano Bay. I'll set the price at $500 per night. What do you think? Is this room going to be higher or lower? The correct answer is higher at a whopping $773 per night. Now, that might not sound very value-friendly to you, but don't worry. Cabana Bay also has other family suite options that range around $300 to $375 per night instead. They're just going to be a little smaller with only that 1 bathroom and no crystal clear views of Volcano Bay. They also have standard 2-queen bedrooms starting at $254 per night. However, when it comes to those 2-bedroom suites at $773, this is comparable to Disney's Art of Animation resort suites at their Value Plus resort. Around the same time, you can get a Disney-themed family suite for around $616 to $662 per night, depending on the suite you choose. And that view isn't going to be nearly as cool. Now, before we start with round 3, I want to tell you a little bit about Universal's Kids Suites. Several of the Universal hotels have Kids Suites, which feature separate interior rooms just for kiddos, many of which have some really cool themes that we'll talk about more later on, complete with 2 twin beds. These suites also have separate areas for parents, typically featuring a king-size bed, so grown-ups and kids can have their own space as they wind down for the evening. Aventura Hotel is one of those hotels where kids' suites are available. So let's start this round with the price point we had before, $500 per night. Is a kid's suite going to be higher or lower than $500 at this prime value hotel? The answer is lower, starting around $378 per night. So what I'm gathering from all this information that we've collected today is the select family suites that sleep up to 5 to 6 guests on Universal property are going to be an overall better deal than what you'll find at Disney World. But their value standard rooms or suites that give you more than 1 bathroom are going to be more pricey around this time of year than what Disney might have available. Again, prices drop and rise depending on the time of year you visit. And the beginning of March is the start of Orlando's busy season. So if you take a vacation around a less busy time of year, like around back to school season, more than likely you'll find these rooms priced a whole lot less. If this is all true, then why is Disney so often considered as the more expensive option across the board? Well, that's a whole other can of worms to open for a different day, but one of the main reasons I can give you right now is that while Disney has been hyper-focusing on creating new deluxe Disney Vacation Club resorts, which often cost $600 or more per night to stay in, Universal is currently working on giving their guests prime value resorts to stay in leading up to Epic Universe's opening day. Hotels like Stella Nova and Terra Luna will give future guests a more budget-friendly option while experiencing their new park. And I'll end the game here just to tell you those starting prices for these 2 new hotels outright. Stella Nova Resort lists a starting seasonal rate of $189 per night. Terra Luna lists seasonal rates starting at $210. Very affordable. So I mentioned that beautimous Volcano Bay view that you can get along with your Cabana Bay 2-bedroom suite earlier, but Cabana Bay isn't the only place where you're going to be able to pull back your curtains and sigh a romantic sigh over what sights you'll see past your hotel room window. Aventura Hotel also has some pretty stellar views of Volcano Bay if you book a skyline view room, which will put you on the highest floor of the tower, starting at around $250 to $300 per night. Sapphire Falls, on the other hand, has lagoon view rooms that'll make you feel like you're looking out across the tropics instead of a theme park resort. You might also be able to see islands of adventure from whichever room you're placed in. But I tend to be partial toward Portofino Bay, which is where I stayed during my last visit. I booked a bay view room, and in that bay view room, I could step out onto my own private balcony and look across the harbor piazza, which was a really stunning sight with all the colorful buildings and winding cobblestone paths and the full bay in the center of it all. This became especially gorgeous by nightfall when the lights flickered on and created a sparkling effect across the water. When you go to book a room on the Universal Hotel site, hotel room views will be clearly listed for each entry, so you don't have to worry about selecting one at random and just crossing your fingers that you'll get a good one. Just remember that better views come with higher price tags, so if this is a priority for you when selecting a room because you really want to start and end each day gazing across gorgeous landscapes, you'll want to budget for that extra expense. And on a similar note, if there's a room request that you want to make that's not directly listed on the hotel room page, like being placed on a certain floor of the hotel or being put in a room away from the elevators to escape all the noise, make sure to call the Universal Customer Service Department. It's 1-800-711-0080, and you can put in that request. Much like Disney, requests aren't guaranteed, but they're more apt to happen if you voice that you'd prefer them to happen. What? You thought Disney was the only theme park around Orlando with highly themed rooms and suites to book? Some of the coolest kids' suites just so happen to be sprinkled across the Universal Orlando hotels, so let's check out the top 4 coolest suites that your kids might wind up liking even more than the parks. First, the Jurassic World Kids Suite. Sure, creating a Jurassic Park Jurassic World with real dinosaurs might have been a bad idea. We've got a whole series of films just to prove that point over and over again. But Loews Royal Pacific has decided that a Jurassic World would be a really cool kids suite and not dangerous at all. And you know what? So do I. The twin beds inside the Jurassic World Kids Suite are made to look like the gyrosphere vehicles featured in the latest franchise, and the door connecting the parents' room to the kids' room is themed to look like a dino enclosure, warning adults to not feed the dinos human food. Suite number 2, Despicable Me Kids Suite. You know how in the first Despicable Me film, Margot and Edith and Agnes sleep in these potentially non-explosive bombs that Gru oh so lovingly made up for them? Well, what if your kids could sleep in those too? At Loews Portofino Bay, Universal can make that happen, but don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. The bombs are as harmless as a fluffy unicorn. But as for the hundreds of minion eyes staring you down, including the ones above the curtains, that's where the real terror should strike you. Suite number 3, the Future Rockstar Suite. Dude, Hard Rock Hotel might just have the coolest suites across Universal property. Inside the Future Rockstar Suite, the kids' room has an area where you'll find a big red curtain pulled back to reveal hundreds of excited fans ready for your kid to make their grand debut on stage. But how are they supposed to do that? Easy, just rent a guitar at the front desk. According to the Universal website, guests can pick from a menu of 20 different Fender guitars to play in their room. Suite number 4, How to Train Your Dragon Kids Suite. As if I weren't already excited enough about the whole How to Train Your Dragon area coming to Epic Universe, now Helios Grand has to go and make a kids suite themed after Toothless and the Light Fury. Y'all, I can't take it anymore. I need May to get here right now. Not only are there dragons painted across the walls of this room, but the furniture and surrounding details are inspired by the Viking village of Berk. Now, if only one of these hotels could create an E.T. Kids Suite. Can you imagine sleeping in a room themed after the E.T. adventure ride? Think of all the weird dreams that bubble up from that. Universal, please take note. I want to sleep in that room. Ready to really get bougie with your upcoming Universal vacation? Then perhaps it's time for you to look into Universal's Club Level Suites. Club Level Suites, much like Disney's Club Level rooms, will grant you extra hotel amenities for these guests only, such as exclusive club lounge access, complimentary morning, afternoon, evening snacks and drinks, and personal concierge service. Club Level Suites can be found at the premier hotels, so Hard Rock, Royal Pacific, Portofino Bay, and the soon-to-be Helios Grand. But personally, I think the coolest Club Level Suite of the bunch is hanging out at Hard Rock Hotel. The Graceland Suite isn't just a 7-person suite that comes with club level privileges as well as 2 separate bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It also has an oversized tub, a walk-in closet, a glass fireplace, 4 flat screen TVs, a personal gym, and a baby grand piano. Guess I should start taking piano lessons again. The main downside for these suites, which probably won't come as a shock to you, is the price point, which can range between $2,500 to $4,000 plus per night, depending on when you go. But if multiple people in your group want to chip in and take on some of that cost so that not just one person has to worry about footing the bill for the grand piano, that might make one of these club level rooms a little easier to save for. Technically, staying at any of the Universal Orlando hotels is going to give you the upper hand for your Universal theme park day, and that goes beyond just the free transportation. For example, every Universal hotel will hook you up with early theme park admission to one of their parks. The parks tend to take turns with this perk, but you'll be happy to know that when Epic Universe opens up, it'll be part of the early theme park admission club too. Currently, whenever a uni park is offering their early admission perk, you get to enter said park 1 hour earlier than the general public. The catch? You're only going to get an extra hour inside the Wizarding World sections, along with Velocicoaster over in Islands of Adventure. The rest of the park areas will remain closed until official opening hours. We're not sure if that's going to be the same case for Epic Universe or not just yet, but we'll make sure to let you know once we hear more. Every Universal hotel will also hook you up with their free merch delivery service. Yay! We don't have this at Disney anymore. So if you end up buying a souvenir, or maybe a whole bunch of souvenirs at one of the Universal gift stores that you don't want to have to carry around with you inside the park all day long, just let the cashier behind the register know and they'll have it sent back to your hotel for you. Now, Disney, it's your turn to offer the same thing, please. We miss it a lot. Keep in mind that your souvenir will be delivered back to your hotel the day after it's purchased, so this service won't work on your last hotel day. Another fun perk that almost every Universal hotel guest can take part in: pool hopping. That's right. Even if you're staying as a guest at one Universal hotel, you can always jump over to another Universal hotel for a different pool day experience. The only hotel that doesn't allow pool hopping is Endless Summer, Surfside, and Dockside. But if you're staying anywhere else, just make sure you got your hotel key card on you, no matter which resort you hop to, so you can get entry to their pool. But of course, the best theme park perks are going to be offered to those staying at Premier level hotels, because Premier hotel guests will each receive free Universal Express Unlimited access. I am telling you right now, this is 9 billion times the reason to stay at one of these hotels. It is incredible. Express Unlimited access gives you the chance to use all of Universal's express lanes to bypass the main ride lines. And since this is the unlimited pass we're talking about, you can use that line bypassing privilege for every ride as many times as you want to. We can go on ET so many times. Normally, the Unlimited Express Pass would cost you around $100 to $380 per person per day out of pocket, which is very expensive. So that's a whole lot of money you're saving for this add-on service all trip long. Just note that the Unlimited Express Pass works for most rides, but not all of them. Pteranodon Flyers and Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure and Islands of Adventure do not have express lanes, so you're just going to have to wait in line for them like normal, no matter which hotel you're crashing in. So here's something to know about Helios Grand when it opens. This hotel will not include the Express Pass perk initially. That could change later on, but for the time being, don't count on it for future park visits if you're staying at Helios Grand. But all the other Premier hotels will still give you that Express Unlimited access. That being said, we're still excited for Helios's dedicated entrance into Epic Universe, so we'll forgive it for now. All right, ready to move into the Universal scene yet? If you're still looking for more tips on how to plan for your upcoming Universal visit, make sure to check out our Universal 2025 playlist up on our channel. Don't forget to download our free Epic Universe guide too. It's over at disneyfoodblog.com/epic, totally free, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.